Hello Virgo, my dear. Welcome to your love reading. I hope you're doing great. We're going to be looking at your energy, their energy, an energy that is connecting you two, and one that is working more like towards the separation. And then we're also going to pull some cards in between. Yeah. With me, I mean myself. But kind of you, because you're part of this. So, yeah, let's go. Page of Swords on your side, King of Swords on their side, with the Death in the connection, and the Seven of Cups in the separation. And in between you, also in the center of the connection, or like attached energies to the main energy of you. Eight of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Okay. So, first thing, in the center of the connection here. Oh, it's also like, it's so sunny. It's really nice. But the problem with sun is shadows, right? So you probably kind of have this cut here in the middle. And, well, but we have to deal with that now. So the center is the Knight of Wands. That's a lot of, oh look, oh, it's not in the sun. I think this is better from here now. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, yeah. That's fast coming energy. And it's bringing in some passion. Some, yeah, quite good atmosphere here. It's passionate, but there's also something to it which I can't identify right now. So let's just talk about the other energies here, and then we come back at this Knight. Because the Knight of Fire is could also indicate that it's a little bit maybe too fast of an energy, kind of coming in. It's coming your way, but yeah, it's not quite clear for now if it feels quite good, but it could also be a bit off with the cards that are lying next to it. So Virgo, there's no earth in this spread. It's really yeah, we have twice water, we have 3 times air, and twice fire. So on your side, the Page of Swords, it looks like there's something that has not to do with a relationship that feels like you have to be aware of. Just like, yeah, looking back, kind of away from the relationship, and there's also this protective aspect to that. So the swords are about communication or about thinking about something, being more with the mental world inside of you. But it's like you're protecting something that's coming from outside, and attached to it is this idea of things coming in unexpected and fast. There could be some change happening with the Eight of Wands. It's really quick action. Something that wasn't there before could come in, kind of. So, yeah, from outside. It's like you want to protect this connection here. On their part, which is interesting, is that you're kind of in the same in the same energy from looking at the suit. It's both swords, it's both air. And they have the king, and you have the page. It's like they might be even older, or they might have some more experience in some regard here. There's some kind of being on the same wavelength, but they are at a different. How do I describe that? The metaphor is kind of not really fitting. So it's the same energy, but they're a little bit further. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they view something from a more experienced position. If that makes sense for you. And attached to them is this Four of Swords, which is the card for being in need of some rest, some calm, and yeah, getting your thoughts sorted again. And so as if they have been through something that required quite some responsibility. Maybe some decision making or whatever, but yeah, and it might have been exhausting and they need rest. So I said this looks good. It looks good, but I don't see the connection. Kind of, it's not really really together for some reason. So it might be that the Knight of Wands is kind of a little bit delayed here, because at first it looks like it's coming from them, but they are not moving here. They're in rest. So it looks like it might take time, or they need to gather some energy back to be able to come to the center with this, where there is some more action required. And it looks like also like there's something coming from your side towards it, right? But there's something from outside, so I don't even know. It feels like it's not related to the connection here, as for how it's positioned. So, yeah, it feels like the connection is there, and it's going to be good. It's just right now not so present, or not so active. We have in the connection the Death card, which is great. So the connection will benefit from something that will end, for something that will transform, or be in a transition phase and becoming something else, something new. And also, yeah, just evolve from one stage to another. So that is something that is beneficial for your connection, which is great. This is also a Scorpio card. It could also be that someone, like a real person who is a Scorpio, can benefit the connection here, or help out here. So, and in the separation, or like the energy that is kind of indicating an aspect that is working towards the separation, but not the complete separation. I don't know how long you've been watching my love readings, but so you maybe know by now how this is defined. I'm trying to find better words for that lately, so but yeah, it's kind of, in every existing also connection there, it's not only everything working towards creating better bonds, right? It's also, there's also forces sorry, that will separate. So here we have the Seven of Cups. That's kind of this having so many options, not knowing what to do, possibly, right? Being a little bit clueless about what else, what step to take next, or what to choose from. So, yeah, being there a little bit indecisive. You know what I mean. That could be a bit tiring. I feel for them, kind of. I feel like they are so in this, you know, so mature in this decision making, and they are kind of ready to take risks or to live with the consequences. That it might be a bit tiring if you're in the Page of Swords and you're kind of holding back with decisions, and maybe the Eight of Wands kind of is urging to, you know, get something done, possibly a decision, but it's kind of not happening, and it's urging already. Although I would say more urging it would be if that was a Eight of Swords, but that would be also a different energy. But anyways, the decisions that must be made, it's always difficult, right? We try to push decisions on someone else because the consequences, if we have taken a decision, then we have to live with the consequences. As long as we have outsourced this, whatever outcome there is, we don't really have to own it. So that saves us kind of a little bit from this feeling of, or the questioning of, like the question that we ask ourselves, like, have I done the right thing? So, and if the other person is the one always having to think and to decide and to communicate that could be exhausting. They could feel a little bit left alone here. On the other side, if you are not ready yet, if you need time, if you're in the page mode and you're waiting, you are influenced by something that is not even completely in your control, and you have to wait for things to first come in so you can be able to proceed from that. It could be really difficult if somebody else is expecting and maybe even coming in with an energy of expectation and a little bit of kind of the sort of aggressiveness that is not just destructive but can also be constructive, but kind of hurrying you, you know. So this could be difficult for this side as well. That's how I see it here. Also, I mean, you know which roles to assign where in your particular situation. Okay, Virgo. So it could also be kind of on your part to communicate that if there are some decisions to make that are difficult, you might want to communicate that and to clear that out, that maybe it's just not the right time for you to do it. All right. Good. But other than that, I mean, it's possibly a relationship that's not so fresh, where things are a little bit settled. That's how it feels predominantly, but it doesn't have to actually. Could also be a fresh thingy. So, anyways, I hope you'll be great through that and you have a good time ahead of you. I'm sending you love and I hope you tune back in. Bye for now.